Hi, Odyssey Camper here. Happy New Year. It's time to do the December earnings for the Odyssey Camper website and YouTube channel. And this month, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail like I did last month. If you want to really understand what my goals are here and what I'm trying to accomplish, go back and watch the October-November video where I get into some details. This is just going to be a quick one, talk about what the earnings were this month and what the change was. So the first thing, if I look at my YouTube earnings, my estimated revenue for the month is $33.71. Last month it was $27. So making a little bit more on YouTube. I did put a video up at the end of the month. I put a video up in December on hot springs on the regular channel. But it doesn't have a lot of views. It only has like 131 views. I find that my DIY videos do a lot better. People are more interested in that stuff, but people are also interested in the travel, so I do those for fun and whatnot. So 33 this month, and then if I go over to my AdSense, I made a lot of adjustments on the website. And what I tried to do is I tried to get rid of a lot of the ads and put no more than 2 ads per page, and then one of those at the bottom of the page, so that when you're reading it, if you're reading the blog, you're not tripping over ads all the time. I hate that when I go to a website. It does need to support itself, but I don't need to ram ads down people's throats. And it takes forever to load that way. So I got a little bit of a drop this month. The previous month AdSense earnings were $22, and this month they're $17, so that dropped a little bit. But what went up, actually, was the Amazon earnings. So when people click on an affiliate link for something I've used, and I recommend, and I only review items and recommend items, link items that I use, I'll get a small commission on the sale. It doesn't cost them any more, and that helps keep the website up. And this month it was $106, which is quite an improvement from last month, which was $50. Now, that's probably because I had reposted a couple of DIY articles on the Facebook page and maybe people hadn't seen them before. If I go down and look at what people actually bought, somebody bought a Ring video doorbell. Well, I didn't talk about those, so they probably had clicked through on one of my links and then just bought this while they were online. Some glow skin pressed base makeup. What else? Pure sine wave inverter. So now we're probably getting into van people that were looking at some of the articles and went in and bought something. The portable die-hard battery pack that I talk about all the time, and then the 30 LED solar lights. I like to put magnets on the back of those and use them for security lights on the van. Smoke detector. Those are things I've talked about. But you also see things like this anti-fungal tree body wash. I earned a $3.42 commission, but that's not an item that I talked about. So the way these links work is if anyone clicks on them, you can get a commission on what they link to directly, but you can also get a commission on anything else they put in their shopping cart within 24 hours. Now, if you want to learn more about how this type of monetization works, I updated the How You Can Make Money on the Road article on odysseycamper.com, and I added some things down at the end talking about affiliates. There's a lot more information on YouTube and some changes that YouTube made that are going to affect profitability. And so you may want to check that out if this is something that interests you. If you're just following along because you're curious, then hey, that's good too. Glad to have you. But if you really want to make a blog that'll pay for itself, and then if you want to put the time in that'll earn money for you, then I suggest you read this article. It's a good beginner's article. If you're already an expert in this, don't waste your time reading my article. But if this is all new to you and you want to learn some tips and things that I've learned along the way, check out this article. So the last thing I want to cover is Social Blade. Now, again, my YouTube earnings were $33. Now, if I look at Social Blade for the month, it's estimating my earnings at $33. Last month, it estimated them at $27. So really, my earnings are coming in right at the top end. And normally, I use a multiplier of like 75% on this high number to figure out what people are earning. But in some cases, these people are actually earning what it lists here. So if you're ever curious, after I stop doing this channel, because I won't do it forever, it'll just get boring if I just list my $100 earnings every month. But if you ever want to check on it, you can just go into socialblade.com and you can put in anybody else's earnings. So for example, if you want to look up Cheap RV Living, I think is Bob's channel. The guy running the RTR. Yeah, here he is, Slick channel. And we can see his monthly earnings. Now, if we take 75% of that, that's what, roughly $4 grand or something, a little over $4 grand. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's a living. But Bob churns out videos like a madman. And he has a team helping him, and he's probably the biggest player in the van dwelling space that I know of. There are some other people that are models living in a van or pretending to live in a van, and they get a lot of views. But as far as authentic people, he's one of the top ones. So that's about the upper limit I'd say anyone could earn on this. But again, I didn't start it to become a millionaire. I have other sources of income. It's just kind of a hobby and kind of interesting to see what you can do with it. And I think for someone younger or someone retired, when you start making $200-300 a month, that's a significant part of your income, especially if you're on a fixed income. And so it may be worth it for a lot of people to do it. If you've got a lot of videos that you like to share, start a YouTube channel. If you prefer to write and tell travel stories or do DIYs like I do, then start a blog. Your blog can really be your hub for everything, even if a lot of people are just following you on YouTube. So that's all I've got to say on the subject for this month. I hope everybody has a prosperous new year. If you're going to RTR, the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, look for me out there. I will post my coordinates on the Facebook page, so you can come up and knock in the window, hopefully during daylight hours. If I'm around, I'd be happy to meet you and talk with you. Talk to you soon.